Hi guys, how are you? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Laura from PleiadianHealer.com, and today I'm back with a bit of a spontaneous video. Was not planning on recording today, but then I received this quite hateful comment yesterday, which I just had to dissect and discuss in this video. So here we are. Yay, welcome back. Now, this guy, Archaix, also known as Jason Breshears, I already have 2 videos on this guy. And I wasn't even planning on making a 3rd video on him, but I kind of feel these people just love their drama and they keep coming back with ammunition. So here it is, the 3rd video on him so far. Now keep in mind the videos that I already have on him, they're from like months ago. I think one is even from almost a year ago. The other one's like from 4 months or so, like earlier this year in January or whatever. I do realize that people are going to watch this video over time. So while I'm recording this, obviously, it's a bit fresher in mind. But I woke up today and I had this comment here in my feed. So I'm just going to show it to you guys so you have it. You can take a screenshot, whatever. And this is, pretty recent, less than a day ago. This person here, which at first I thought it was just like a random bot account. You know how people just kind of have the same name and then you go to their account, they have like 0 followers, they're just kind of imitating the person. I thought it was something like that. I was like, who is stupid enough to come to my channel and leave a comment and literally think they can get away with it just like that? But here's your answer right here. So someone called Archaix138 said, "You aren't qualified to critique anyone." So this is, surprisingly, he commented on a JCK review video. If you want to see all reviews, go to my website. No, sorry, you can go to my website too, but go to my channel. There's a playlist called Reviewing New Agers and the New Age Trap. And we have like almost 30 videos at this point up. Archaix is listed under it too, so is Jeffrey Dougherty, even though they're technically not New Agers, but as this comment shows very clearly, they're all connected to each other. So JCK is definitely a New Ager in my opinion. And you have a whole bunch of other people, Ismael Perez, Phil Good, all those people really blew up. So it's gained a lot of attention. But JCK was reviewed recently, and not that many people were interested in the review so far because her content's really, really boring, not only in my opinion, but also other people's opinions. So I'm even surprised he came to that video. And I'm like, what's his involvement with JCK? Like, how do these people know each other? How are they communicating with each other? Why is this person triggered to comment on her video? Not even one of his videos, but it's her video. You aren't qualified to critique anyone. So I didn't know that you had to have a certain qualification to pop on your screen, record a video, and do a critique. This person implies you need a PhD or some sort of certification to criticize someone. Like, I'm completely confused. This entire comment was completely confusing to me, to be honest with you. It's confusing because it's so toxic and it's so unnecessary as well. And then he goes on saying, to boost your views, especially in your drivel about me, you should know the material you criticize. So I am always surprised that he throws these words around. He must be looking them up in a dictionary beforehand. Drivel, instead of just saying nonsense or like silly nonsense or whatever, he has to use drivel to show that he knows words that are not as well known or a bit more old-fashioned, let's put it that way, because I personally don't use drivel. I don't know anyone who uses that word. It's very strange. It's like his entire education is a bit warpy. But nonetheless, all right, okay. So to boost my views, I mean, there are a lot of videos on my channel. For people who don't know my channel, you just go to the popular list. Actually, there are a lot of videos that are blowing up that have nothing to do with New Age critique. There are a lot of good videos that are blowing up, luckily. But it is correct. A lot of triggered followers, cult followers of these cults come to my channel and try to drag the video through the mud, just like he's trying to do it. So something's working, right? But like I already said in a different video, which I'm gonna link right here so you see it pop up like there. Like I already said in that video, you know, I'm putting myself here under attack when I do these type of critiques and videos. So I'm gaining nothing of it, to be honest with you. But this person would actually have to watch my content to understand where I'm coming from, which clearly he's not. He's just randomly nitpicking at a video that he doesn't like. You should know the material you criticize. So what I'm criticizing here, reviewing JCK, is what? The New Age, the New Cage, the New Age trap. I think I am more than qualified to talk about this material. Anyone who was part of the New Age trap, who has been under the influence of the cult and the damage that it does, not just energetically, but psychologically, mentally, and emotionally, is qualified enough to criticize it and to speak out against it. And this comment in and of itself already highlights so beautifully, which I want to highlight in further videos to come, how the truther community and how the New Age community are basically the same, similar with the religious community too, by the way. And they all play under the same umbrella. They might use a few different keywords, but at the end of the day, they're all interconnected and they all belong together. And then he goes on, but you won't. Okay, whatever. And for this, you'll always have a weak channel and online presence. So this sentence shows you everything you will ever need to know about Archaix. For him, it's about the views. Let's just click here on this person. So Archaix 138, where does it lead us to? Archaix. This person right here, who was bragging about, in some of his videos, he was bragging about how he started with less than 1,000 like a year ago or 2 years ago. But then he blew up all of a sudden to 100,000. He was bragging about it, and he was saying like, oh, the numbers don't matter. Just get your truth out there. This person right here has the audacity and the nerves to come to my channel and leave a comment being like, you will always have a weak channel and online presence. And this shows you everything you need to know about him. In my opinion, I already know what this man is made of. He only cares about boosting his ego with the views and the numbers. Okay, he doesn't care about you or your opinion at all. He wants to encourage you to interact with him, obviously, so that he can rack in more on the ad revenue, which he's not even getting that many views. The kicker about this is he's not even getting that many views. He has like 6,000 views here, 15,000 here, 7,000. This is like 8 days ago. This is like 8,000 views on a channel that has 100,000 followers. You're only getting like 20 or 30,000 views. That's like what? Like, it's nothing. It's like a fifth of what you should be getting. Shouldn't you be getting like 50,000, 60,000, like in theory, right? So very strange how this person is attacking a so-called smaller channel or whatever you want to call it, which I don't care about the numbers. As you guys know, I have so many videos out there on how the numbers are skewed. I actually want to make a huge video on it because I just came across more information. How not just YouTube, but also Instagram, Facebook, all of them are keeping people who are speaking the truth and speaking out against this BS and these agents. It's basically what they are. They're disinformant agents. Anyone who's speaking out against the New Age, the truther community, the 3-letter agency controlled agents, how they're all kept down and how they actually have way more views than the algorithm makes you believe. So I came across this one video where a girl had like maybe 500-600 views. And then that was like what you would see. But she actually had like 30,000 views or something in real life. And they came across it because they were hiring this one like algorithm hacker and someone who was getting like the real numbers. So very interesting. Stay tuned for that video in the future. And I want to highlight it because it's the same with mine. You know, I'm on Instagram. I've had the same numbers on Instagram for the past 3 years, even though every morning I wake up to at least 5 or 10 new followers. And like, instead of just growing and growing and growing, the numbers are staying the same or even going down. It makes no sense. It's because they put this block on you. And it's similar to YouTube. It's similar to Facebook, similar to every single social media platform. I see it on TikTok too, by the way. People have caught up to that on TikTok. There are now TikTok videos out there saying, oh yeah, and I know why they're keeping my channel down, all of that. So it's the same with YouTube. So I am always surprised when people are like it's all about the numbers. It's not about the numbers, honey. It's about the type of people you reach. And it's about, getting your message out there. So do you want to call this toxic masculinity? I think it would fall in the category of abusive, toxic masculinity. This is a person who's basically saying, you're not qualified to criticize anyone. Shut the F up. That's basically what he's trying to say, right? And also, oh, you're always going to be kept down. You're always going to have a weak channel and online presence. And for me, this shows me everything. This shows me more about him than it'll ever highlight anything about me. Because the way you come at another channel who basically only made 2 videos on you. I only have 2 videos on this guy. I have, and what he calls nonsense, by the way, is basically just disclosing he was in prison for 30 years for aggravated sexual assault. The only reason he got 30 years is because of the word aggravated, because it's blunt force involved. It's not just a sexual assault, by the way. You can see this video right here. So I put this up like around 6 months ago. The original one on my old channel was around 8 or 9 months ago. So it's been almost a year. He's obviously still behind hurt about that somehow. And you know why? Because these videos are gaining a lot of views right now. I mean, for a channel that supposedly is so small at this point, we're at what, almost 2,000 followers? It's almost at 5,000 views at this point. And you know why? I've received so many comments on it lately. It's something, if the YouTube algorithm, it's just recycling it, and all of a sudden it's showing up. You just do a search, reviewing Archaix. My videos and other people's videos are showing up all of a sudden. So whoever he paid off in the beginning for those videos not to show up, it obviously is not working anymore. And then there's another video here with slightly different topic. So it has it's about basically his logo, how his logo is controlled and how it tries to hypnotize people, everything, which I've never got a reply from him on that. I even went ahead, was commenting in one of his live streams before he blocked me. So it's even the best part about all of this. I'm putting myself out there, I'm putting my life in risk and danger by doing these type of videos, because the energetic attacks are horrendous. And also the attacks that you get with these comments. But basically, the best part is he can't even put this out on his own channel. He can't even discuss this on his own channel. He has to block every single one who's commenting or questioning him. And so when I asked that one question, hey, Archaix, please explain what your logo is about. Why does it hypnotize people? He blocked me. That's the only comment I ever wrote. Then he comes months later thinking I forgot about that, or everyone who was in that chat forgot about it, which no one did, by the way. I keep getting emails from people being like, yeah, I saw how he blocked you. So he comes to my channel and has the audacity and the nerves to actually leave a toxic comment like that. Isn't that mind-blowing? I mean, can you guys even wrap your head around why someone was supposedly 100,000 followers, which in my opinion, that's not even a whole lot. If you had a million followers, okay, that's amazing. You've actually accomplished something there. But 100,000, like everyone at this point that gets 100,000, like every BG channeler or someone who just regurgitates a whole bunch of BS, they seem to be at this right now, except for the people who, like me and other channels who actually speak the truth, were kept down. That's nothing new. And stay tuned for that one video. I really want to show you how they do it, by the way. But this person who's so much in their ego, they only care about the numbers. They come here to my channel, leave this toxic comment, and try to make it all about competition too. And this is what really gets me. Like, these people live in this very conformed, dense 3D reality somehow. I'm not saying 3D from a new age perspective. I'm really saying a very small-minded reality somehow, where they actually think competition exists. So I want to read something that I put on my Instagram recently, and I'm like, competition is a matrix concept. And it was created to keep us down, because actually in reality, there is no competition out there. It doesn't matter what industry you're in or who you try to compete with. If you're an athlete, if you're, in a beauty pageant, wherever you are, there's actually no competition at all. And that's the secret to all of it, because they're actually designed to keep us, the competitions are designed to keep people down. They were created to make people like losers feel more like they are losers than really award anything to the winners. That all of us should be receiving an award for even being here and existing, you know, breathing and living. And I'm personally, I'm still trying to cash in on that award, but I doubt anyone's really going to hand it to me because people are still living in that dense mindset. But the best reward and award that it is, what you can actually create, is have the life that you desire, free of any competition and contest, and free of any of that toxic mindset that this person's projecting, not just onto me, but also others, by the way. So I've worked in competitive settings. You know, I personally I can tell stories about what competition really looks like in real life, all of that. And I can tell you, this person, if he's coming from a standpoint where he thinks the numbers matter and he thinks all of a sudden his channel is like at what 100,000 subs, he thinks that boosts his ego somehow after being in jail for aggravated sexual assault for 30 years. If this is really the cult leader that you want to follow, you don't belong to channels like mine at all. And I don't want to be inclusive or say you don't belong here, you don't belong there. But I'm really serious about that, because I'm like, if you're still in that mindset, I get these comments from these people who are like, they're trying to excuse what he did. And then others are like, there's like holes in his story and nothing makes sense. Nothing about this person makes sense. And just his name, Archaix 138, 138 equals 12. 12 is the number of sacrifice. So it personally already shows me that this person is sacrificing something, and he's a sacrifice lamb, probably controlled by some 3-letter agency or other components, or the elites, or, you know, the I or Ra club, or whatever you want to call them. He's controlled by something in some way. And it actually even resembles the entity that's controlling Jeffrey Dougherty right here. So I had a review on Jeffrey Dougherty. They're probably around a similar age, even. Maybe there's like a 10-year age difference between them. I don't know. But Jeffrey Dougherty also came up with like this hateful comment at one point. And the way this Archaix guy is coming up with the same comment right here, it almost reminded me of, these people are controlled by one and the same entity that's working through them. What entity that is, I mean, I have an opinion on that. I kind of know what I'm dealing with. You know, you're dealing with controlled people here. You call them soulless people, call them whatever, but it doesn't even matter. For the purpose of this video, it doesn't matter. You know, what this video is about is showing you how toxic this person really is, how they don't want you to grow. They only want them to grow. They only want their channel to grow. He doesn't want you to grow. He doesn't want his opponents or anyone who critiques or criticizes him to grow. And he's still in a competitive mindset, meaning he thinks there's only one and the best out there, whereas everyone deserves abundance. Everyone deserves flow in their life. You know, everyone deserves to blow up, to have 1 million followers if that's what they wish. And I'm always so confused when people are like, oh, you don't have an online presence or whatever. There are people out there, not just, they don't say that to me, by the way. This is the first person who was kind of trying to attack me through my online presence. I'm like, I don't have any issues with my online presence. You know, I have a website that's actually working. I have a strategy that's actually working. But what people don't realize is you don't have to have 1 million followers to have a working business. And if you want to know more, you can actually take my course, Next Level Biz, how you can up-level your business, because this person is obviously struggling here. When you go to their community tab, they're talking about some PayPal fiasco. So PayPal seems to have shut down their account, which is not surprising. You know, we all get our accounts shut down by certain institutions. But if I'm not mistaken, he was kind of complaining about the small sum of like $2,700 or something. And I'm like, if you're struggling because you can't really get the $2,700 back, which is for the amount of followers you have, that's a small amount. You know, you should be making at least a few million a year, but obviously he doesn't make that because he doesn't have a business strategy. All he probably does is he racks in on ad revenue, which is not even that much for this channel. He probably survives by donations, because if you go to his community tab right here, donation, Cash App, Zelle, Venmo, give me donations. I have to survive somehow. So this person's obviously in some form of poverty mindset. He's in a survival mode. And he comes to my channel and tries to leave a hateful comment with, oh, you have a weak channel and online presence, when at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. There are people out there who have zero online presence. And you know what? They earn 7 figures a year. Just to give Archaix a little bit of an understanding that online presence doesn't matter. You can still reach the people that you need to reach, even with no online presence. All right. So you guys, this was a short video, maybe even a rant, call it whatever, on how toxic masculinity plays out in everyday life. And in this case, with Archaix, surprise, surprise, it's not so surprising though. Now, my question is, what's his involvement with JCK? Will we ever find out? And why is he so hateful towards people who criticize him? I hope you have a wonderful day. Check out my site and see how you can up-level your business if you're in need of that, or how you can psychically protect yourself from attacks like this and the entities that are working through these people. Talk to you very soon. Have a wonderful one. Bye, guys.